So far, I've talked about a lot of concepts, diagnostic terms, psychoanalytic, descriptive analysis, but truly, in the real world, these are irrelevant to us. And in the treatment setting, they are secondary to the work that's being done. There is theory, and then there is therapy. There have been many, many renowned psychoanalysts and psychotherapists who were known for their theoretical understanding and for their development of theory, for their synthesis of ideas, as well as for their creative processes. And there have been many lesser-known practitioners who were particularly adept at helping people solve problems. In our work, a talented psychoanalyst has a good balance, a good basis, and a good foundation within the theoretical realm. But more important than that, for us, is their ability to interact with the client, their ability to translate languages that they and the client use, their ability to communicate an idea, concept, an emotional state to a client, and their ability to elicit all of this from a client. That developing relationship we would call a working alliance. And the working alliance is essential in order to build trust. It's only through the development of trust in a relationship that we choose to share with another person. And as I may have alluded, that sharing takes place both verbally and non-verbally, consciously and unconsciously. There are a lot of ways we share: body posture, facial expression, the words we use, the stories we tell. And we want to develop the strongest trusting relationship possible, and that develops slowly over time, but we want and we need to develop that relationship because essentially we're going to talk about things which are painful, things which are buried, things which we are reluctant to talk about, things which we have hidden from ourselves, and things which we have blocked out because of the pain or the trauma they caused originally. What we are going to look at in our work together are the manifestations of those diagnostic terms. Okay, so someone is self-destructive, let's say. They're self-sabotaging and self-destructive, and they act it out through, in a mild way, let's say they act it out by going out and they have too many drinks and they meet someone and they go home and they have sex and they wake up the next morning and they go, oh my God. Someone might say, well, that's just Saturday night in New York City or any other major city. What's the big deal? Well, the big deal has to do with the why, the motivation for the behavior, the consistency of the behavior, how repetitive is it, and the goal achieved. I often look at the goal in order to understand what the desire was. If on a Monday morning someone is calling in sick because they were out on a Saturday and they stayed up too late and they had too many drinks or they did an illicit drug and they went out with a met a person and they had a great time and blah, 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 but Monday they feel like crap and they call in sick and they get beaten up by their boss, then to me, the goal that they began to put into motion before they went out, the goal was to feel diminished and devalued and be in trouble on Monday when they had their conversation with the boss, because that's what in the movie or in theater they would refer to as the arc. Starting place, end result. We look at the end result to understand why we did what we did, what our goal was. And what we want to do in psychoanalytic psychotherapy or in psychoanalysis is we want to learn how to identify the goals that we go after so that we can improve our choices, better our lives, suffer less. We'll talk more next time.